Slay Sundays. What's up, everybody? Tri-State, Philly especially. It's your girl, Jade. I'm here today, slaying Sunday. I want you guys, you're listening today because you want to slay today. You want to slay your week. You want to slay your year. And you want to slay your life. Welcome to Slay Sundays. We're going to have local business owners on every single week, talking about how they made it out of whatever it is that they're going through, despite the challenges that life throws at them, okay? You're going to learn a lot. You're going to get some nuggets, and you too are going to learn how to be successful at whatever it is that's inside of you, okay? So we're going to feature some amazing people. I'm excited about the energy we're going to be bringing to Sundays, and I'm so excited, and I'm so grateful for you guys to be on and to be listening. It just shows that you want to grow and you want to be a better person. So let's slay today. Welcome to Slay Sundays. What's up? Oh, I love you guys. What's up, guys? It's your girl, Jade. I'm super excited. It's Sunday, my favorite day of the week. Of course, every day is my favorite day. So if you ever hear me, I say that every day. There's no bias here. I used to hate Mondays at one point in my life, but I love every day. And we can talk about that at a later date. So what's up, guys? I hope you're having a great week. I'm so excited. I want to thank you guys for being here like I do every Sunday. You could be anywhere, but you're here with me. I'm ready to learn, ready to grow, ready to build, ready to get some nuggets, some knowledge from my guest today. Ready to find out how you become successful, who she is, right? How does she do what she does? And you're going to get a lot of insight. And she's very informative. The first time I met her, our energies were like bombs, okay? I was like, they were like bombs, okay? Because I'm like, hi, and she's like, hello. And then it was like screaming. You want to know what that was? So we've been like,
what was that?
We've been connected ever since. At my school every month, every third Thursday, we have this thing called an expo. It's for the community. We have people come out who have community resources to help our students. And like I said last week about that GED program, just something in the city I want to share, because we all know someone we can help, right? You're not successful until you reach back, you grab somebody with you, and you help them become successful. So with that being said, you got to show, tell, try, do, teach, okay? So I want to just spread knowledge, spread love. So Zenobia is amazing. This woman is full of energy. She is so knowledgeable about what she does, okay? When I tell you, if you don't know, anything about insurance, life insurance, you're not sure, how to go about it, right? She is an amazing person to talk to. She will build you a package specifically geared toward exactly what it is that you need. But what she made me present to, we have this like little assembly and I listen, and every month it's the same. So it really goes in one ear and out the other. I'm going to be honest. I'm like halfway checked out. I'm doing other things that are more important. What I heard her say was, if you protect your phone, you protect your car, you protect all these things, but you are the paycheck. Why not protect yourself, right? And I was like, wow, boom, right in the face, right? Sometimes words and sentences like that will get to you. And at that moment, I was like, girl, you got to come on my radio show. We got to educate some people. We got to tell some people they got to protect themselves. So that's what today is about, okay? You guys know I have business owners. I have people who are successful in all types of industries come. And I'm excited to learn how she builds her network, because she's pretty much like a businesswoman with what she does. She's responsible to reach out, get her own clients, customers, book herself at events and things like that. Get in with different companies, and she manages her own accounts. So to me, that's a business owner, whether you have a 1099 or not. Your employer isn't doing anything. You're doing all the groundwork, all the work, and they're giving you a paycheck, okay? But when you determine your paycheck by how many people you talk to, how many accounts you get, how many people you're able to help, right? It makes a difference, okay? So without further ado, Zenobia, say hi, introduce yourself, give everybody your social media.
Hello, good evening to everyone. Thank you so much for your introduction, Jade. It was real. I so appreciate the opportunity of just coming on and just being able to share a little bit about the information, a little bit about what I do in the insurance industry. Again, my name is Zenobia Larkhart. My background, I'm a native Philadelphian. I've gone to school, John Bartram High School. community college and Temple University, just to give you a little bit of background. I've been in the insurance industry for approximately 5 years, but for the last 6 months to a year, I'm more so of an independent consultant. I'm basically educate and empower individuals about the value of being properly protected, about getting the proper education, about understanding how insurance can work for you. Doesn't matter what your age or specific area. Being able to know what it is, how it works for you, and how you can set yourself up for your life, and you'll know exactly where you're going. You'll understand how it works going forward.
Awesome. So as you can see, she's a wealth of knowledge, guys, and we're going to get to pick her brain. So number one, Zenobia, I love what you said. You've been in this industry for 5 years, and more recently you became an independent, give me the word.
Consultant.
Okay, consultant. I want to mess your title up, girl. Titles are important to people, okay?
Yes.
So you became an independent consultant.
Yes.
So that means to me she's a business owner, okay? She's an independent consultant, meaning I am now knowledgeable enough about this field. I educated myself enough. I've mastered this skill. Now I'm ready to branch off and do my own thing where I see a void needed in the industry that I'm in. Those are the kind of people, right, who say yes to change, jump out on faith, have no idea how it's going to work out for them, and then they just go with it. And then she is somebody you're going to hear 1 month, 6 months, 1 year, 6 years from now, making huge change in this industry that she's in the insurance industry, okay? So let's talk a little bit about how you got after high school. I know you shared who do you work for? Let's talk about it.
Actually, yes, I work with a national organization called Insure America. We are a national agency located in 16 states, and we're consistently growing across the country. We also have an office here in the Philadelphia area, 1341 North Delaware Avenue, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, right near the Sugar House Casino. And we also have offices across the country. So please, also our email is info@insureamerica.com, and our national number is 1-800-476-1713.
Awesome. So do you have a storefront besides like your national office that's down near the casino? Do you have your own branch, or do you pretty much go out to people?
Well, basically, I do utilize the offices that are located on Delaware Avenue, but also I can meet a client either at their office or their place of residency, or they can come to our offices as well. So wherever they are, I can definitely meet them where they are.
Okay. So you shared you went to Bartram High School, right?
Yes.
I went to school in Philadelphia as well. Most of us go to school in the inner city, right? Our parents really can't afford Catholic school, and if they can, they look at the value. You know, I felt like my mom never really valued education, even though she was a teacher. She didn't see the value in me going to Catholic school because she felt like I got good grades in public school, so I didn't need to. So everybody's opinion is different, and she's a school teacher, right? So when it comes to education, going to school in Philadelphia, going to community college, graduating from Temple, right?
Yes.
And getting the knowledge that you need to be able to go out here and make a career for yourself. What made you get into insurance?
I looked at the industry in several different ways. Number one, insurance is something that everyone needs and everyone is going to need from now up until, I would guess, 10 and 20 years. Everyone needs to have insurance. Everyone needs to know how it works. But I didn't want to be the traditional agent and just make it about just getting a policy. I wanted to make it about being educated and being empowered about how insurance can work for any person, no matter what your age, from age 20 all the way to age 80, 90 years old. So I looked at those different factors. I say, okay, I want to be able to get in this, but I'm not just in it just for the commission. I want to make it a mission to educate individuals about what they really need in their life.
I love that. So if you need a course, a class, a seminar on what is the importance of just insurance for your church, your community, she is somebody who will come out. She will do a seminar for your group, and there's no commitments, no obligation. She's not going to hand out insurance packets and ask everybody to sign up that day, okay? She's going to go really soft on you guys. She's going to just give you knowledge, okay? That is what's most important. I feel like our community doesn't have enough knowledge as to why it's so important to be self-insured. Okay. I have kids. I know the value of having life insurance because you never know what's going to happen. I have a sister. She lives in VA. She lost an infant recently, earlier this last
Yeah,
week,
I'm
and it
sorry
was
to hear that.
really difficult. You know, when you see me go vacant on social media and things like that, it's because I'm dealing with life, and I don't know what to say, so I don't say anything at all. Okay, and sometimes that's what's best, right? But she lost her 6-month-old twin and her daughter. So for me, it was very difficult. And to think, you know, we're looking at how are we going to get there? You know, what are we going to do? You know, financially, what does it cost and things like that. And it is a big deal to look at life insurance. It is a big deal to look at, you know, having some kind of plan for yourself, for your family, and for your kids. So if you don't know that it's important, when reality sets in your own home suddenly, it becomes important. That's backwards. It's important right now. So listen to what she has to say, okay? Because this is going to help you as an individual. If you have no knowledge about this, perfect, because that's who we're talking to. If you don't have insurance right now, we're talking to you, okay? You need to protect yourself. So share a little bit about what is life insurance? Let's talk a little bit about insurance, what kind of insurance you help people with, and what their options are. But give it to them in like ABCD elementary school so that we can all understand.
Okay. Well, when you're thinking about insurance, I mean, obviously the first thing that comes to mind is someone that dies or passes away, or a word that makes people a little more comfortable. You're transitioning or passing away. You're basically insuring that particular risk. When someone passes away, there's a debt that becomes incurred.
Mm-hmm.
There's an immediate debt, and something, you know, you have to have something in place to pay that debt so that it's not continually. Because obviously, when someone passes away and you have nothing in place to cover that debt that has just been incurred, then it becomes a problem. The funeral directors, they can't get paid because you don't have anything in place. And as a result, you know, there's nothing to actually pay that off.
Mm-hmm.
But life insurance covers the person after they transition, but also life insurance can be something that can be used while you're actually living at the present time.
So explain that a little bit, because I think most people think about life insurance as something that you don't get to touch, you leave for your family, they get when you pass. How do you use your life insurance now?
Well, there are different types of life insurance.
Mm-hmm.
There's life insurance for the immediate temporary protection. Obviously, the term policies that our organization has that's available protects you from temporary protection. There's no cash value or anything of those particular areas. However, there are policies that can actually protect you now. For example, whole life policies.
Mm-hmm.
There is a cash value benefit that if someone needs to get cash out of their policy at that particular time, if there's immediate need, you can pull that a portion of your cash value out of your policy.
Mm-hmm.
However, you do have to replace it in order not to decrease the death benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So there are some living benefits that you can actually access with life insurance. And also, there are other types of policies, for example, indexed universal life, if you're getting more technical
Mm-hmm.
with different types of things. So there are other policies that you can benefit from creating wealth, creating retirement, in order to sustain your life and still have a reasonable death benefit.
Okay, awesome. So listen, she's sharing knowledge, guys. Life insurance is something that you can get for beyond and something that you can use for now, okay, for your immediate family, for people that you may need to help, okay, with bereavement arrangements. So, you know, I never like to talk about the other side of life and being close to the other side of life, but it's reality, okay? It's set in 8 times this year for me, okay? I've been to 8 different services, and I'm having a difficult time even thinking about going to another one this year. You know, I'm praying that it doesn't happen in my immediate circle. But I want to share with you guys, this is important stuff. You know, I have kids. I'm 33 now, and I have to think about, you know, what about them? Okay, who's going to be their guardian, right? Will and testament is real. You should have a will and testament. You should also have your own grave site, right? You should be thinking about, let me purchase a grave site and a tombstone so that my family doesn't have to burden these expenses. So this is why life insurance is so important. A lot of these packages and policies, and I'm sure she'll attest to it, come with those kind of packages that you can say yes to this and no to that, or they offer a whole bundle deal, and you know what's omitted, and but get with somebody who can educate you on this information. Okay, do you go out to jobs and communities and share like a quick 30-minute course on what the importance of life insurance, and do like a profile evaluation with people?
Absolutely. We've gone to churches, we've gone to schools. I've gone to, was at a women's conference yesterday, just being able to educate the women there. So, any organization of any kind, I'd be more than happy to go do a seminar, do a talk about the value of protection. Also, looking at insurance as a way of leaving a legacy of love. If you love, you really love the individual in your family, you love your family, why not leave a legacy of love to them? Why not show them, not just say it with your mouth, but show them, I care about you enough to put something in place for you, so that when something happens to me, you all don't have to struggle. I've seen a lot of families that didn't have things in place, and after that loved one's passed away, there's a struggle.
Yeah. And I understand, I've seen, my own family, it's a difficult time, sometimes you can't come back from those moments, and the things that are shared. There's a lot of, disagreement and things like that about how things should be taken care of when, you haven't put this is what I want to happen into play. Okay. Right. So educate yourself, guys. Get with her. What's your Instagram? Do you do Instagram, Facebook? How do people get a hold of you?
They can get a hold of me by
just
calling
through the direct website.
They can get a hold of me at the email and info@insureamerica.com. They can call the national number 1-800-476-1713. They can get a hold of me on Facebook. My name is Zenobia Lockhart, so you can reach me there. But also, if I would like to get into a little bit of the specialty of what I do.
Yes, let's talk about it.
Absolutely. One of the things that I really specialize in, because number of the policies, they're good for passing wealth, but also you want to be mindful that at the time of death, those policies may not pay out in time enough to cover your funeral and burial expenses. I definitely want to get into that a little bit. One of our specialty products is called Pre-Need and Burial Trust.
Oh, wow.
And those products are designed to cover the funeral and burial expenses, because at the time of death, you basically have about approximately 24 to 48 hours. And the funeral directors, they want their money.
Want their money, yeah.
Absolutely. So we have to be mindful that, okay, they want their money. That money has to be available to pay off that debt that was just incurred. So basically, let me just talk a little bit about pre-need. There's small amounts of insurance to cover the funeral and burial expenses. Also, before the pre-need specifically, the beneficiary will be the funeral home. It will not be an individual person. I just want to make sure I'm very clear about that, because obviously sometimes there's a physical person that's the beneficiary. Before the pre-need, the funeral home will be the beneficiary. When something happens, a person can contact that particular funeral home that they have selected. And if they don't have a funeral home, we can also help them with that as well. Also, the death benefit increases greater than a rate of inflation. That's another key benefit. When you think about the cost of things that are, I'll just talk about a little bit about the cost of living, the cost of inflation. Also, the funeral costs increase as well. You want something that's going to increase along with inflation. So our pre-need product can increase along with inflation. So 10 years from now, the cost of a funeral will not be the same cost. For right now, it's about between $10,000 and $11,000. But 10 years from now, $15,000 to $16,000. So if what you have does not keep up with the rate of inflation, how do you bridge that gap? You need something that's going to help bridge the gap, so that when that does happen, you have enough funds to cover that particular loss at that particular time. Also, for the premiums, you're talking about 1, 3, 5, and 10 years. Let me explain a little bit about how that works. Basically, you have the opportunity of paying the whole cost. Say, for example, the policy is $10,000. You can either pay that all up front, or there's actually a 3-year option, there's a 5-year option, there's a 10-year option, where you have the choice of paying either annually, semi-annually, or on a monthly basis. And most of my clients pay on a monthly basis to be able to pay based on the cost now for 10 years or 20 years, depending on when that takes place.
Now, can you just get that insurance, or do you have to get a whole package? Like, let's say somebody just wants what you specialize in, and they just want to get funeral and burial arrangements.
Yes, absolutely. If that's all they're looking for, yes, we will definitely provide them with our specialty with the pre-need and or burial trust products. Now, if they want something in addition to that, we can also help them with that as well. So,
What if somebody were to pass during their policy and, they're only 5 years paid in? Does the insurance policy honor that still?
yes, if they have paid into their policy and they have paid their premiums consistently on time, 5 years into the policy, absolutely.
Okay. Now, a lot of insurance companies have these long processes that you go through with like questions and paperwork and doctor's visits. Is that also part of the policy and the process that, needs to happen to be able to sign up?
Well, for some of the policies, like for example, our pre-need and our burial trust products, there are some health questions that you do have to, pass.
It's common,
Yes.
so that's normal, just so you know. I was like, a lot of them
Absolutely.
do.
And depending on how the questions are answered, we have what we call grades. First day coverage, if you pass most of the health questions, then there's a graded, and then there's a modified. So basically, depending on how the questions are answered will determine exactly what the grade will actually be.
Okay.
So if your health is good, but it's not necessarily great, it will be actually graded as a graded policy. And then for people who may not have the best health, but you can still get something, it will be basically at a modified level. And basically, first day coverage means that you'll be able to get covered immediately. The graded portion or the graded portion will be basically there are 6 months. If something were to happen within the first 2 years, you would be able to get your 6 months premium plus interest. Now, for the modified policy, unfortunately, you would be able to pay into your premiums, but you would not be fully covered until after a 2-year contestability period.
Okay. So for those of you who don't understand anything about life insurance, no problem. You need it. Secondly, you need a funeral plan. Okay. Number 2. So if you don't know what to do, this woman can educate you, a group of people, your community, your church. She does seminars. Okay. So that's what she does. That's what she specializes in. And she also helps with insurance. So she will sign you up. She will get you a program or a package or just a funeral or burial plan. Start thinking about what happens next, right? My sister recently lost her 6-month-old daughter. So for me, it's been a rough week, right? How do I deal with that? And just thinking about, the expense of a funeral, you never want to outlive your child, right? And to think that that's something now that burdens my sister who already has children and a lot on her plate. So I'm so excited to have Zenobia on here today talking about insurance, talking about the importance of protecting yourself, because you never know when tomorrow's not promised, when accidents happen, when life is short, right? I think that I'm superhuman. A lot of times I call myself Wonder Woman, but in real life, I bleed red, right? In my mind, I tell people I bleed green because I do the shakes, blah, 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 but I bleed red like everybody else, okay? So Zenobia has just educated us on what life insurance is, why we need it, the importance of it. We talked about death and funeral, right? Look at the city of Philadelphia. Every time you turn on the news, what are you seeing, okay? A lot of times I don't watch the news. I haven't watched the news in over 2 years, guys. Don't judge me. It's actually probably 3 years now. I don't even know what the news shows anymore, but I'm sure it's the same, okay? A lot of murder, a lot of death, a lot of negativity about our community, nothing positive. Maybe there's a snippet of hope that's shared, but for the most part, the news is very negative to me, and I don't like to feed into negativity, so I keep my mind clear as much as possible, and I stay away from that. So with that, the death rates, especially in our community, the African-American community, I can't tell you how many people are losing their life because of gun violence, because of our world right now. So we look at that, and this is something that can help your family, okay? I don't know what the monthly cost is, but you break down $10,000 over 10 years, that would be the longest, right?
Well, we do have policies that exceed $10,000 for the pre-need and or burial trust, but we just started $10,000 because we're thinking about the rate of inflation, how inflation is going to increase in the next 10 to 15 years.
So we have to start somewhere.
Basically,
exactly.
yes.
Just like when you get a rent-a-car, right? Did you ever watch that movie? I can't even think of the name of it, where they got the rent-a-car. It was like an Escalade. They went with the family. They like drive. The Escalade gets totally smashed up with like cement and all kinds of stuff, and he didn't get the insurance, right? You always get the insurance. So if you insure your phone, you insure yourself, you insure your laptop, you got to insure yourself, okay? And this is the importance of what this woman is sharing today. She's from Philly. She went to Bartram High School. She did go to community college. So those of you who are thinking, I don't know if school's for me, she's somebody who wasn't sure either and started out at community, got some credits and realized, you know what, I'm going to continue my education. I'm going to go to Temple and pursue that. So she's an African-American woman who's successful. I can't tell you how hard it is for me weekly to find women, okay? There are a lot of successful men, okay, that exist. There are a lot of successful business owners, a lot of successful minority men who run businesses. But women, we are harder to find, okay? So if you're a successful woman, please reach out to me. I want to talk to you. I want to share you on my show. I want the world to know your greatness. So I just want to put that out there. But I was so excited to have her come on because women, a lot of times we don't see ourselves as that because we're moms, because we're doing all these things. So what's your vision for your insurance? Where do you want to go with this? Do you see yourself like building a team doing this, like MLM? What's your focus?
Well, one of my focuses even now, I'm really passionate about is just really being able to help families of those that are incarcerated. One of the things with our products, we actually can cover someone who's incarcerated. People are not aware, like you talked about the violence in Philadelphia and in different areas across the country. When someone passes away in prison, this is something that people don't even think about. What happens? Obviously, something they still need to have the same protections. Unfortunately, if they're in prison, no one takes the time to think about that particular population. If they're currently incarcerated, no one is able to actually to protect that debt because the traditional insurance companies, they're not going to actually cover that loss. They're not going to be able to do that because it's too great of a risk for the traditional insurance company. However, at Insure America, we can take on that and we can actually cover that particular loss. So that's one of the things that I'm very passionate about. I call it our Prison Life Protection Initiative, something that just recently started with myself and being able to educate people about protecting those that are incarcerated, protecting those that are HIV positive. These are populations of people from around the country that no one wants to deal with. But guess what? I really want to be able to help them as well. They're human beings and they deserve to be able to be protected just like anyone else.
I love that. So I love that, and I love that vision. Just like I said, Zenobia, you're putting a void in with education, right? Now you're trying to fill a void with a population that's not served, right? That needs
correct.
to be served and treated the same way that everybody else is, with the same rights and same
dignities and respect.
Exactly. I know inmates to get degrees while they're incarcerated.
Yes.
I see a lot of ex-felons and ex-inmates at my facility, for training with school, and they're some of the smartest people I've met. They're some of the most educated people I've met, So some people make mistakes, right? And they come out here and they change their lives, and then some people come out here and they don't. Right? We all have choices. So I don't judge anybody. I know we all have a past. Woo! We won't talk about mine. We're going to keep talking about Zenobia. So let me ask you, what makes you somebody who would somebody would want to work with insurance? What's that process like to sign up, sit down? Do you do everything electronically? Do you do everything one-on-one via paper? How does the packaging go?
Well, basically, I start off by educating and actually going to different groups and organizations, educating the group or the group that I'm speaking to at that particular time about the value of protection, about leaving a legacy of love for your family members, and from there, being able to get some information from them, making an appointment. They can either come to our offices in the Philadelphia area, 1341 North Delaware Avenue.
Okay.
Or they can reach me at the 1-800 number, 1-800-476-1713, and we can sit down and have an appointment. But our initial appointment is basically education, finding out a little bit about them finding out a little bit about myself, finding out what they're looking for, finding out what their goals are, what they want to accomplish. And based off of that, being able to explain to them what's going to be the best fit for their situation. Not just giving them a policy, but something that's going to fit for their life.
Perfect.
And also, making sure that it fits their budget. There's no point in getting something and they can't reasonably afford it. So being able to not only get the right fit for the policy, but also making sure that it fits their budget, their monthly budget.
Okay, awesome. So we're going to go to a quick commercial, okay? We're going to play a little bit of music. I got to show my DJ some love because he's awesome. So we're going to go to a quick commercial. When we come back, we're going to talk some more. So I am so glad all of you are tuned in. Yes, y'all getting this knowledge today. Say that. So quick break, play some music, and I'll see you guys in a minute.
Feels like the old times. I know a lot of you all out there can relate to the old times. So this one's for you. I will not stop till I know your heart. If I take you back in the room, spin you around, my baby. Take off your clothes and all of mine too. Lay you down, way down. We can be discreet, nobody has to know. We don't need no sheets, we can just close the door, my baby. I can take you places you ain't been before. Soon as we get there, baby, you'll be coming back for more. 'Cause if it ain't good enough, baby, I'll work harder. I keep pumping every little girl, and baby, I'll do you up, baby. And I will not stop till I know your heart. If I touch your body tonight, will you touch mine? Will you touch me, baby? Right here. Kiss both your lips and rub on those eyes. Taste your wine. Let me taste you, baby. I can do it softer, I can do it hard. I can make you scream if you let down your guard, my baby. It's not too far from here to ecstasy. I know you want good loving, so lay your body next to me. If it ain't good enough, if it ain't good, I'll work harder. I keep pumping every little girl, baby, I'll do you up, baby. Whoa, and I will not stop till I know your heart. So moving against your body, it feels like I'm gonna be in here all night. And when the love gets rolling, there's no telling when I stop. Feel to the brim, I'm gonna jerk you down to the very last drop. And if it ain't good enough for you, baby, I do it all for you. I will not stop till I know your heart. If it ain't good, I'll work hard. I'll do you up, baby. And I will not stop till I know your heart.
That's the hitman, yes, the hitman, yo, you know it. The thirst quencher, the man on the sequence. youngster, he was scared to kick a 16 bar. He's not a rap star, not saying that I am, but on the jam, I'm gonna kick a little, not a Dr. Seuss riddle. No cats in hats, fox in some socks. But to the DJ jocks, check your clocks. Half past what? Time to bust. Not a pistachio, he uses a Casio keyboard and a Tascam board to quicken the B50. Get nifty, born with the gift. Time to get tipped. Not with the manufacturing of a he never wrote one, never sold none. The beats give me the high that brought fame to us. And how we gonna kick it, huh?
Just too much for the man. Too much for the man. He couldn't make it. So he's leaving the life he's come to know. Ooh. He said he's going. He said he's going back to find. Going back to find. Ooh, what's left of his world. The world he left behind. Not so long ago. He's leaving on that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving on the midnight train. Yeah. Said he's going back to a simpler place and time. Oh, yes, he is. Now be with him. On that midnight train to Georgia. Leaving on that midnight train. I'd rather live in his world than live without him in mine.
Hello, it's Slay Sundays. It's your girl Jade. I'm super excited. I'm here with my friend Zenobia. She is amazing. She is wealth of knowledge about insurance, about life insurance, about bereavement insurance, about burial. She specializes in, burial arrangements for you, for your family, for your loved ones. Okay. I recently shared, my sister, hi Leah. She's on right now. I miss you. I love you. I'm hugging you through the mic. She's in VA. She lost her baby, and it happened so suddenly, right? These are things that you can't plan for. So I just want to share. It's perfect timing for Zenobia to be here to just give knowledge and education to my Thomas family. We've been through several funerals this year, so it's kind of like I feel like a wealth of knowledge about funerals now too, even though I'm not. You are the expert, okay? But you've shared in the first half of our show a lot about what to do, how to go about getting arrangements. You teach, you educate, you facilitate. You will come out to the community events, vending events, and just share what you do. Or you will book a one-on-one or a group session at the offices right down near the Sugar House Casino. So we've dropped all that information. We will drop it again at the end of the show just so that you know where to find her if you're interested. But the number one thing she shared with me, and I'll just repeat it one time, I heard her speak and say, right? You insure your car, you insure your cell phone, you insure this, and you insure that. But you don't insure your paycheck because you are your paycheck. You don't insure yourself. And I was like, oh, girl, you got me. Took one line and I was sold, okay? Sometimes that's all it takes, right? So I don't know what kind of insurance you guys have, who you're insured with. If you don't have insurance, wake up right now and get with this woman. She will help you. She will be patient with you. She will take you from like A to Z, okay? And if you don't understand it, just like I'll tell her like Zenobia, woohoo, and she'll be like, okay, Jay, let me bring it back for you one more time, okay? She will sit with you and help you. So Zenobia grew up in Philly. She's a young 21. Okay, I won't tell you her age, but she just did share with me. So I'm telling you now, she looks amazing for her age. Okay, I'm trying to look like her. I know I need to be insured because I'm Cray Mom. That's what Madison calls me now, Cray Mom. I call her Cray Bay. She calls me Cray Mom. That's what happens when you give your kids nicknames. Don't do it. So Zenobia has shared a lot about insurance. I want to talk about Zenobia's day. So Zenobia pretty much runs herself like a business. She books herself for events. She comes out to communities. She works one-on-one with businesses and individuals to help you help yourself. Okay. So what is a typical day for you like, Zenobia? What does that look like for you?
A typical day for me is basically, first of all, looking at my calendar. I can't do anything without my calendar.
So you're organized.
Oh, you
Boom.
have to be. Absolutely. That's the biggest thing, a part of my day is number one, looking at my calendar, what's going on with my particular day? How many appointments do I have booked? What are my goals for that day and the week? So I actually plan my whole week in advance. So I'm planning what my goals are. What are some of the things I'm looking to do? How many appointments I'm going to be scheduling? How many events am I going to educate people? If I have a meeting at the office and being able to be empowered by my support team at the office, Mr. Reginald Williams, Mr. Sean Smith. So after I had my impactful Mondays, which I'll be having tomorrow, so the appointments and what exactly each appointment consists of, what exactly I'm going to be sharing with each individual client, because each individual client has particular needs. So I want to make sure that I'm prepared to share what I need to share with each particular client for that day and for the rest of the week.
So you're busy. You're doing research. You're planning out your week a day, like 7 days in advance, okay?
Yes.
So successful people become successful. They're able to earn a consistent living and support themselves for 5 years doing a business because they plan, okay? So she's organized. She has a planner. She doesn't do anything without that. So if you ask Zenobia, what are you doing on the 14th? She's going to be like, let me check my planner and get back to you. So she protects her time, okay? I respect people who protect their time, okay? I remember I asked her like 2 months ago for a date, and she was like, I don't think that's going to work for me. And I was like, oh, okay. I don't like to hear no. So I have to go in again the second time and ask nicely. But it's always worth it. So thank you for protecting your time and for being organized, because it makes people like me who are a little bit less organized be like, reality check, Jade, get more organized. Again, this is like a recurring tape for you. So when are you going to wake up and try? But I have made levels of progress. It's always an area that I'm working on. So I love that. So so a day for you is all about going into office, scheduling appointments, going out and visiting. Is it like 9 to 5 for you? Do you book yourself like 3 hours a day? Tell me how much time is work and how much time is planning and prepping and how much time you get to just be you.
Well, basically, the first part of the week is primarily the business is actually a little bit more than the traditional week end of the week. I could have an appointment in the afternoon. I could also be doing some prepping near the 5 o'clock evening time frame, where I'm just looking at what the rest of my week is going to look like. What things do I need to have in place? What type of applications, whether it be online or paper, to make sure that I have the necessary documentation for that particular client. I could be going to someone's home to be able to discuss. I want to make sure I have what they're looking for. Paperwork-wise, if I need to show different illustrations about different things, I want to make sure I have those things in place so I'm able to share different information with the particular client that I'm talking to, so that they will be properly educated about what they actually need.
Let me ask you, how do you master remembering all the information? And I just feel like your wealth of knowledge. How do you master that?
Well, you know what? I have an amazing support team, and I'm going to shout out to them, Mr. Reginald Williams, Mr. Sean Smith at the office. They actually do an amazing job in making sure that I'm supported well. They make sure that I'm well knowledgeable about each individual product that we actually promote out in the community. So I have to really give a special shout out to them, because if without that support, I can only do what I do with what they give me. So they give me a lot of support. And so, but also, I also take the time to get to know each individual product that I'm actually promoting. So that way I'm knowledgeable. I know what I'm talking about when I'm actually saying it. So which is really important. So those are the things that I do.
So knowledge is power, guys. You
Yes.
have to know your craft. You have to study. If she just shared, I continue to work on what I'm supposed to know to master it every single day. I can't tell you how often I get on YouTube and listen to other radio shows, right? Why? Because it's going to make Jade a better radio show host, okay? This is brand new for me. So I love it. I love what I'm doing. I love where we're going, but I know I can get better too, okay? I get on, fitness pages and I'm like, dude, I really need to get back in the gym and start lifting. I know I can get better in certain areas. Reality is reality. We can all grow. So be a student of your craft. Always be learning and become a master of what it is that you do in all areas that you do. Okay. So Zenobia is amazing. So she does insurance. She does a lot of other things. She doesn't want to share her other business, so we won't talk about it today. But she is somebody who has multiple streams of income. And her and I network about that often because I feel like in 2019, it's important to have several streams of income, okay? I was once broke thinking, where's my next meal going to come from, okay? That was my reality 2015. And did I share that with the world? No, but the people that were close to me knew. I was like worse than rock bottom. And, that those are the moments that make you. They make you, they change you and they teach you, okay? So I want to share with you guys. So Zenobia shared a lot about life insurance. She shared a little bit in the first half about bereavement and how important it is just to have funeral arrangements for yourself, for your family. Don't burden your family with that expense. So get with her. She also has 2 other services that she wants to talk about. So I'm going to let her talk about them. You said 2 other areas of expertise when it deals with insurance. Let's talk a little bit about those packages for the audience so that they know what else is available to them.
I just want to also give the distinction between with the burial trust and the pre-need. With the burial trust, you have the option of choosing either the funeral home and or a physical person as the beneficiary. And basically that beneficiary is someone that's going to take care of things when your loved one is passed away. So I just want to make sure that I emphasize that those 2 distinct differences between the pre-need and the burial trust, but both products will keep up with the rate of inflation, and you can still choose the actual amounts of 1, 3, 5 year and 10-year options that you will have with those particular plans.
Okay, to pay in. Okay, good.
Yes.
Okay. So what other 2 things did you want to share?
Well, another option I definitely wanted to talk a little bit about is charitable trust.
Okay.
It's actually designed for churches. It's actually designed for nonprofit organizations out there. You see a lot of, particularly in the Philadelphia area, a lot of churches are actually being sold. A lot of people are losing their properties because they didn't have something in place to actually protect them when, God forbid, their loved ones in their congregations actually pass away.
Oh, wow.
How about that? And the reality is these things are happening on a regular basis. So how can we safeguard our places of worship, whether it be our churches, whether it be our mosques or our synagogues in the Philadelphia area and across the country? By sharing with people about the value of having a charitable trust inside of your organization, that you take out a policy on your loved one or your phone or different things like that. What about leaving a legacy of love to your church? How about having something in place when something happens to you that you can give back one final time to your church or to your synagogue or to your mosque as a love token to say, I appreciate what you've given me for the time that I've been a part of your congregation. And that's what a charitable trust comes back. It's basically giving back to that particular organization and saying thank you for what you've given me. And as a result, it maintains that particular church. It keeps it actually going as a result of having that particular
No, I think that's powerful. I know a lot of deacons. I know a lot of clergymen. I know a lot of people that are in the church, and in that community. So that's powerful, and that's something that is needed, in 2019. So I thank you for that too. So what? Yes. So that's an amazing area that you specialize in. So now you're getting into prisons, you're getting into churches. Boy, are you all around in life? Okay, pray for you. Okay, because sometimes when you go like this, Lord, do I know? you can get into some things. So at this point, I think that everybody needs to get with you. Okay. At what age do you suggest somebody take a look at their options and really start to take this seriously?
Well, we encourage, parents that have children, start young. I mean, don't wait until you reach a certain age. If you can actually take out a policy on your child now, do it. I just recently sat down with a client that she took a policy out on her grandchildren. They're only 1 month old. But, in the type of policy that she took out on her grandchild, at the age of 18, 20 years old, her grandchild is going to be able to have some money put back for them because grandma thought enough about her grandchild to actually put something in place for her grandchildren.
So this is something as a grandparent you can look at for your grandkids too. Okay.
Yes.
So when you look at insurance, we don't just mean like husband and wife, brother, sister, mom, dad, son, daughter. We're talking, immediate family, but we're talking, I don't know, generational as well.
Absolutely.
So, what about strangers? What if I want to take out a life insurance policy on CL?
Well, absolutely. I mean, if you really...
No. Bev, I swear. I just want knowledge. Let's just share knowledge so people know you can get insurance for anyone, okay? I just want to share. Teaching moment.
Well, if you love this, obviously if there's someone that you really care about and you really want to protect them from anything of a loss, yes, you can do that. Obviously we have to sit down and be able to elaborate a little bit more, and we can talk a little bit more about that when you all give me a call about protecting those other individuals.
Okay, that's awesome. So thank you so much. So not only do you have to think about your family, but your friends, your loved ones. I have an aunt. My aunt has no children. That's somebody I would think about. Hey, I'm like your only child, maybe I need to help you, right?
Absolutely.
So, sometimes we're raised by people who aren't our immediate mom or dad or family. I see it all the time. Sometimes we're adopted, things like that. So that's good to know. It's good knowledge. So Zenobia is a wealth of knowledge. She does all this stuff with insurance. We're going to talk about success in 2019, okay? This woman to me is somebody who is successful, okay? We've got about 8 minutes left, so we're almost done. So I want to thank you guys for listening. I want to thank you guys for receiving what she has to share today. Success looks different, right? Everybody is perfect, whole, and complete. So we learn from every individual. Not everybody's going to look like you or me, right? That is successful. So when I instantly met her, I realized we are totally opposite, right? We've got great energy together. Our energies are charismatic, but she's so analytical and I'm so all over the place, and I was like, girl, just come talk to my people about what you do, right? Because I'm not skilled at what she does. I get with people who are smarter than me, who understand their craft, because I know I'm not a wealth of knowledge in this field. I got to get an expert to help me be a wealth of knowledge so that I at least am comfortable enough to know that I'm secured with what I need for myself, my kids, and my family, okay? Don't be afraid to say, I have no idea. I don't know where to start. Just help me, okay? That's usually how my conversations go with a lot of people. But that's how I get help. That's how I meet people. That's how I network. Don't be afraid to just raise your hand and be like, I have no idea. I know I'm probably way behind where I need to be. Just help me get where I got to go. Right? So she's here. That's what she's willing to do for you. Okay. What's the phone number, the address to the office? Give us that information one more time so they know where to come. If your phone rings off the hook on Monday, what's my referral fee? Just kidding. Just kidding. What's our referral fee? Well, where can they come?
In the Philadelphia area, you can come down to 1341 North Delaware Avenue, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. That's where our Philadelphia location is. However, if you're in a different part of the country, you can reach out on our 1-800 number, 1-800-476-1713. And also, you can email me at info@insureamerica.com. When you call the toll-free number, please ask for Zenobia specifically, and they will contact me, and I'll be able to reach out to you wherever you are in the country.
Listen, I work in sales. You better ask for her, okay? Zenobia. You don't want to talk to nobody else. That's what you say, okay? Ask my students how Miss J acts if you don't bring nobody in there for her and you give her student to somebody else. I will not talk to you. You will graduate and I'm like, I don't know who you are. I'm just kidding. But seriously, this woman works hard. She deserves it, okay? So if you or somebody you know, your friends or your family need help, you need education, you just need knowledge, your church community, whatever, I want you to reach out to her, okay? We never know when tomorrow's not going to be here, all right? So I don't want to talk about death with you guys. I want to talk about life. Life's been great. I don't know how summer's going for you guys. It's super hot today. I had the opportunity to be on a yacht today, so it was a super fun experience. Just sharing with you guys. So I have some fun stuff coming up September 1st. I want to invite you to. CL just did a movie shoot, finished a movie shoot. So like, listen, life is great. Everybody's building. We're networking and we're rising. Get around people who are doing the same thing so you can go the same direction. I will be going to New Orleans for the first time in like a week and a half. So I'm super excited. Mama's taking a vacation. I'll be back though. I won't be going for you guys. CL won't let that happen. We'll record, whatever, but I'll be present, okay? I'll be here on Sunday. I know my job. I know you guys need that pour in every Sunday. So I want to thank you again for being present this Sunday. I want to thank you for the time, Zenobia, that you spent on the show, all the knowledge that you gave. I want to thank you for bringing in your team of experts who help you. I think that that's powerful. I always say this every week, successful people, nobody succeeds alone. We all need each other, okay? We all need people, okay? My mentor reached out to me. She just said hello, and that was like a wake-up call. Like, Jade, you're going to New Orleans in 2 weeks. Get your flight ticket, get your room, get your book. Like, this is your business, too. You have 5 businesses. Like, do what you got to do. And sometimes you need that, okay? So stay surrounded by those people that love you, that will make you work and remind you of where you need to be and who you are, okay? Bev said to me last week, like that, and I was like, I knew what that meant. I just knew, right? She did that finger, that mom thing. See how when you like, I'm a mom. So, like, she did that, like, and I was like, I got it. I'm working on organization, Bev. I'm going to get it together. Like, I am trying to be less me and more organized. I'm working in that area, but I just knew what she meant, So get around people that can communicate with you without saying anything to you and you know what it means, all right? It was like, get your life. I got it, boo. I'm on it, okay? So thank you guys for tuning in this Sunday. Thank you, Zenobia. Is there anything you want to leave the audience with? We have like 2 minutes left. Anything you want to leave them with?
I just want to leave them first, thank you. And secondly, love your family enough to leave a legacy. What do you want to leave your family? And I want you to think about that, in the radio audience. Leave a legacy of love. Leave a legacy of love to your family because that's what they're going to remember you by.
You never want your family members to sit around at the table. This would be like my worst scenario. My kids are sitting around trying to think about how we're going to bury mom, That's why I work so hard, and I think that's why we do this every Sunday because we want to teach you guys our trials, our tribulations, our successes, and our failures so that you know already and you don't go out here and make those same mistakes. You have the platform of success from every industry, from videography to radio to DJ. CL, you're going to be my guest next week. We're going to talk about DJ life, okay? I think I just booked my guest for next week. Hey, I didn't even think about that. I was just thinking, I need to get a DJ on here. He would kill me if I brought another DJ on here, okay? I'm going to use you, okay? I don't know too many other DJs that are up there, so we're going to use CL. We're going to I'm going to interview my DJ. You guys are going to get to see the face behind the music and the guy who supports me, the foundation that gave me a platform, okay? So that's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time, and we're going to talk about some stuff because CL knows me better than all these people that come on this show, okay? So thank you guys for tuning in. Zenobia, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you for
guys,
having me.
Get insured, okay? Don't leave anything left for your kids to be sitting there thinking, what are we going to do with mom and dad? They should have did better, okay? Slay Sunday. Have a good week. I'll see you next week.
WBNC 91.5.